hard to claim the title of unluckiest participant, but for Nani Roma, who already lost all hope for the final victory after a mechanical problem on stage 1, the Dakar comes to a definite stop after a rollover with his Mini. The Spaniard and his French co-driver Michael Perrin suffered no injuries, but in spite of a stage win at Calama, Roma will want to forget the 36th edition of the Dakar as quickly as possible. I was the first to go through and crashed. A Dakar to forget. A Dakar that went from bad to worse. That's the way races are. Another day, another year, there'll be better moments, more luck. With less than 200 kilometers to cover, today's stage was too short for large time differences. Nasser Al-Attiyah drove his Mini to a 5th stage win today. Al-Rajhi had to abandon and will be deprived of a 3rd place at Buenos Aires. Coma and Gonçalves continued a head-to-head on their bikes, and the Portuguese caught up close to 2.5 minutes to the Spaniard. Barreda Bort has no more hopes to win the Dakar this year, but he comforts himself by taking a 2nd stage win in 2 days. A short stage awaited the participants on this 11th day on the Ruta 40. Less than 2 hours to spend inside the cockpit, but to do so, one had to get to the starting line first. Yazid Al-Rajhi didn't make it there. The Saudi Arabian had to give up 3 days before the arrival at Buenos Aires. The newcomer on the Dakar Rally seemed destined to a place on the podium, but a problem with his Toyota's pocket valve made it impossible for him to continue.
Dakar is here next year and every year, and we are inshallah here every year, and see you soon. That's what can do, nothing more.
With Krzysztof Holowczyk, it's another Mini that takes Al-Rajhi's place on the podium. The man from Poland finished today's stage at rank 18 only, but didn't lose much time. He seems to have good chances to hold on to his position until Saturday. 4 times he has abandoned, 4 times he ended within the top 10 drivers. But this year it seems that Holowczyk will be rewarded for his 10 years of participation. The man of this year's edition is without a doubt Nasser Al-Attiyah. In spite of a penalty on stage 1, the man from Qatar outclassed everyone this year, even driving to a 5th stage win today. Al-Attiyah, Terranova, De Villiers and the Lithuanian Benediktas Vanaga passed the finish line within the same minute. It's the best result so far for Vanaga, who is placed 22nd overall. The first marathon stage had already put an end to his dreams of a win at Buenos Aires. But Barreda Bort didn't dwell on that and won the 2nd stage without support today. That wasn't really a surprise considering the layout of the 357 time kilometers designed to favor high speeds. At mid-race, the Spaniard, who opened today's stage, was still 1 minute and 31 seconds behind his teammate Paulo Gonçalves. But that's when he decided to push his Honda to the limit, and after a breathtaking finish, he took a 4th success at Rio Hondo. One more and he will equal last year's stage wins. Barreda certainly regrets to be deprived of a fight with his rival Marc Coma. That fight is fought by his teammate Gonçalves. In the lead over several checkpoints, he ends today's stage only 17 seconds behind Barreda, but more importantly, 2 minutes and 23 seconds ahead of Marc Coma, and Gonçalves now lies only 5 minutes behind the leader in the overall ranking. Coma's 5th success at the Rally Dakar is far from safe yet. The Spaniard may have been a bit overconfident today, and after 78 kilometers, he was already 2 minutes behind. Coma managed to react, but he won't be allowed another weak moment before the arrival at Buenos Aires. The other fight is taking place for a 3rd place on the podium. Pablo Quintanilla seems to have lost all hope today, while the Australian rookie Toby Price confirmed his promising debut with a 3rd place ranking overall. Usually, the pictures we show you are of sunny southern landscapes awakening holiday feelings. But Wednesday at Salta, it wasn't really like that. A huge storm transformed the bivouac into marshlands. The participants managed to elude the heaviest downpour until the very last kilometers. For the organizers, it was different. The storm caused logistical problems, but luckily they were all taken care of. The stop at Saltra 2015 will surely be remembered. 12 participants finishing within 3 minutes. As expected, this 11th stage hasn't brought much of a change. Overall leader Nasser Al-Attiyah is half an hour ahead of 2nd place De Villiers, and 4th place Eric Van Loon follows almost 3 hours behind him. Frenchman Christian Lavieille appears amongst the top 5 for the first time in his career. John Barreda snatches away a 14th stage win on his 3rd participation. That's already better than his compatriot Nani Roma did in 7 years. A few more efforts for the remaining participants and they will finally reach Buenos Aires. But first, they'll have to cover the distance from Termas Rio Hondo to Rosario this Friday. A little less than 300 time kilometers framed by a very long liaison. Over 1,000 kilometers are to be covered by the already strained engines, and for the participants, it's definitely not the time to relax yet.